Well, everyone, we've had quite a few podcasts out this week with winners and runners-up from Love Island All-Stars Season 2, and they have all talked about this text message screenshot business with Grace. So I thought I'd just do a little video looking at this situation and let's see what we think about it. Now, I have put together various clips and we're going to watch them together. You can make up your own mind. I'll, of course, give you my opinion. Let's go back to where it all started. Let's go back to that moment on All Stars when Olivia actually said, I have seen these screenshots, etc., etc. Then we'll talk about what Grace said, what Harriet said, what Casey and Gabby said, and end with a bit of messy Mitch. As I say, just my opinion, okay? Don't get angry. I don't hate anyone, okay? I'm not out to get anyone. I've just chosen these bits and pieces as I thought you might be interested because the screenshot thing intrigues me. I'm very intrigued. So off we go, back to where we began. All Stars and Olivia dropping the bomb on the other islanders. Yay.
From the outside.
What couple did you want to switch out?
So I've seen text messages of Grace just saying to someone that she'll do whatever it takes to win the show this time.
Sorry?
So
I don't think Kaz actually saw the text.
From someone back
Probably
home.
made it up, babe, like she did with Ronnie.
Absolutely not true. I do not care about winning the show.
No, I've seen it.
From who? Please tell me now.
I've seen the screenshot.
Please tell me now.
I'm not saying who.
Babe, you've made it up like you made up that Ronnie was into you. Fucking go home, honestly.
I've not come on this show to win this show. That is the least thing in my personality.
Is she alright?
From who?
I've seen this. I've literally got the receipts.
Okay, please send. Please send. I would love to see them.
We have seen the screenshot.
We've seen it. We've all seen it.
Babe, are you joking?
You literally said you'll do whatever it takes to win the show.
I, on my life, have never written that sentence in my life.
I've seen
it's bullshit,
it.
and someone's forged that. That is not true.
Okay.
What?
I'm just saying what I've seen.
I am gobsmacked.
Did not see that coming.
Liv's probably texted herself and used it as an answer.
Oh my actual god. It's fucking bullshit.
Babe, we all know you wouldn't do that, so...
What the fuck? I do think that things, if they don't work out in the first time...
I do find it interesting that what I'm hearing a lot, right, when I watch these interviews with all the other contestants about this, and you'll see this in a minute, is how you hear what Harriet said at the end there, oh, we all know you wouldn't do that. But how do you know someone wouldn't do that? How do you know someone so well that you know what they wouldn't do? I don't think any of the Love Islanders can say they know each other so well that they know exactly what the other would do in a certain situation. Now, obviously, Kaz covering her face there, I actually think that was a reaction from something else. And I think the only person who actually saw the screenshots was Sammy and Olivia, obviously. And obviously, as I said during the clip there, did Olivia ever send them to Grace? Because Grace says she's seen them. You're going to see that coming up. But did she see them from Olivia? Was it sent from the original source? That's what we don't know. Now, let's move on to Grace talking about it. And again, we'll watch this together. And there's some interesting conversation here. And see what you think. This is them on the Wednesday podcast.
That's
It didn't go well for her, though.
No, I feel like it completely backfired. Whatever she was trying to do there completely backfired. And I think you could probably tell in my reaction that I was so gobsmacked by it. Because I think if I'd said it, I would have looked a bit sheepish and I maybe would have tried to own it, or I would have pushed it off as like, oh, it was banter, I said it to a friend. But because I know it's not in my personality, I know it's not in my character, like I didn't go in there to try and be... Do you know what I mean? You would have known. Like when we chat all the time, I would have been mentioning the final.
Also,
as you guys were
you know, when it came out, straight away in my head, I was like, she's not said that.
Like you know me. You didn't even have to ask me.
How do you know someone that well? How long have you guys known each other?
I felt so humiliated, like publicly humiliated, because I was
That's
sat
not
there
good.
trying to defend myself. Everybody around the fire pit was like nodding, like, yeah, we've seen the screenshots. We've
It
seen
did make
them.
it look like that.
Yeah.
It really did.
I just felt so
Only Sammy,
embarrassed, and I
really.
felt because that's not in my character. All I could do was defend myself with words. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have a clue what was going on the outside. Then I'm saying, who's fabricated these screenshots? Who's got it in for me? I can't even call a friend or call family,
Like,
because
what's going on?
I knew it wasn't true. And I could count on one hand who I'd spoke to about Love Island.
You start to go mad, don't you?
I was driving myself insane, and I just knew. Do you know, like in your gut when you just know you've not done something? But I couldn't get my phone out and be like, okay, show me the screenshots because I've got the actual messages.
Wait,
and like,
so
thank God
who was it? It was Messy Mitch or whatever he's called.
Now, that end bit there is very telling. She says, I couldn't get my phone out and show the DMs and prove, okay, these are screenshots and not, you know, from my DMs. But I'm wondering why, since All Stars has finished, why hasn't she done that? Listen, I've got nothing against Grace and Luca. I'm just saying it, right? Because personally, for me, right, if someone had lied about me on national television, then one of the first things I would do when I got home would be go to all my social media stations and say, look, I'm going to prove to you that the person on TV you saw lied about me. Here is the evidence from my email box, from my DMs, proving that the screenshots that she said she saw are not genuine because you cannot find them in my DMs. Or show us the screenshots and say, look, I can prove these are fabricated because they were sent at this time, on this day, and at that particular time, according to my diary, I was actually here or doing this or doing that. I wasn't talking to people about Love Island. It was embargoed, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I feel like even though people will be shouting at the screen right now saying, well, you know, Grace doesn't owe you an explanation. She owes you nothing. She shouldn't have to prove all this. But I feel like, well, if she was lied about, why not say to everyone through your Instagram account, I can prove it was a lie? Because that's what I want to know. I'd also like to know who sent it to Olivia. Who was the first person who started this? Was it Messy Mitch? I don't think it was Messy Mitch from what I can tell from what he said. And who sent it to Olivia? Who were they? Why did they send it in the first place? And, you know, take it from there. What's the source of all this? It can't just be Olivia making stuff up, because we all know Olivia's photographic editing skills are not that good from the picture we saw of her with her head over Harriet. So I just think someone started this. Who was it? And why can't Grace just come forward and say it was definitely, absolutely a lie? Here is unequivocal proof it was a lie. Because I wouldn't like to be lied like that, but that's just me. I'm sure some of you. But anyway, listen, on the subject of Harriet, this is what Harriet had to say about it.
Liv has basically made all of it up. Grace wouldn't speak like that, especially to her closest friends, and she would never ever write that in a text message. So that's definitely complete made up. The first thing I did was go on TikTok and go on Instagram and try and look for receipts, but yeah, there is nothing. Obviously, Liv did Photoshop a picture of herself on top of me, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she did Photoshop the text messages too.
Now I have to say, to be fair to Olivia there, for the Photoshop thing with Ronnie was clearly a gag. It was obviously not intended to be anything but a joke. It's not genuine. You can tell from a mile away. It's just a fake, silly image. But anyway, make of that what you will. Now let's focus on Casey and Gabby, the winners, who were on a podcast the other day, the Cosmopolitan one. This is what they had to say about the whole screenshot thing. And what's interesting here is that again, they don't say it was fabricated or made up. They just kind of skirt around the issue a bit. And I wondered why they didn't say they were completely made up, which makes it even worse. So have a look at what they said anyway. We'll watch it together.
Go on, say it.
Just the screenshot thing, I suppose. Well, this is your question. But for me, I feel like the screenshot situation is...
Oh, the Grace screenshot.
Yeah, the Grace screenshot. Like, that was so hard to watch Grace go through that because she wasn't able to defend herself. Like, we hadn't seen the screenshots. We didn't know where they come from or whether they were real or not real. So I really felt for her in that moment. I think just for us, there was a couple... I almost wish that they'd never come out because, like, it tanked it for us a little bit because... Yeah. You'd like to think that we won because people liked us together, and it wasn't just because of that.
And there's been stuff that's come out since we've been out that says, oh, you've only won because these screenshots have been shared, blah, blah, blah. But, like, we wish they never came out because we want us winning to be about us and not be any excuse that we won. If that makes sense.
Like, honestly, either way, if we would have come second, we were just absolutely buzzing to be up there. So, and we would have been happy for them if they had won anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit of a bittersweet. It makes it a bit bittersweet, doesn't it? Because we want to enjoy it without people telling us that we shouldn't. But then at the same time, like, you'd like to think that we could have won it regardless of that happening. You know? Either way, everyone's kind of like got a bit of a lose-lose going on, because it's like, should we have won or should they have won? You know? But either way, we love Grace and Luca, and we were so happy to be up there with them.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
That's all very nice and stuff. I'm just surprised they didn't say that the screenshots are fake, and that, you know, it was a shame that they went through that on fake information. But they don't say that. They just say, oh, well, you know, people are saying that because of the screenshots we won, and that's tainted our win slightly, blah, blah, blah. Which is true. It has made a huge confusion. I mean, this is why I'm making this video in many ways, because I feel like we are still confused about it. Now, I'm sure the Grace and Luca camp will say there is no confusion, they're entirely fake, but I've already said what I'm going to say about that. But there's still confusion, and it's annoying, and I wish we'd just clear it all up and find out for sure. Now, Messy Mitch did do an interview with The Sun, guys, talking about this, and clearing up the whole, is Grace going to sue him, and that, you know, he didn't make these screenshots, etc., etc. It was interesting, but it was just Messy Mitch being messy. And again, Messy Mitch, I'd like to know where you got them from. Who were your sources? Who sent them to you? Because you said there were 3 or 4. Who sent them? Who are these people who do this? And, you know, can we see them completely unedited and untouched so that we can work out for ourselves whether they are indeed completely and utterly fraudulent? But we're none the wiser, I feel. So there we go. Anyway, this is what he had to say, if you're interested.
They're talking about Grace suing you for making her lose the show.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, because obviously, bless her, my girlfriend Ailey, she's new to all this, like the fan, obviously the hardcore Love Island fans and just social media and stuff. And she was like, Mitch, do you reckon? I went, like, Ailey, it wouldn't even get to court.
They'd
like, how is everyone a lawyer? Am I the only one that's got a break? Like, no, obviously no offense, but am I the only one that knows partly about what the law is about and how I've done nothing wrong? Like, why is everyone trying to get me sued for what? I'm sorry, but I don't want to come across like someone with a big ego. But Jesus Christ, too many people have got too many chances to bleed in, make too many opinions to random people and all that stuff. It's just daft. I mean, everyone in like my DMs and just like all over TikTok and that are just saying I've made them. I was the one that give it live, and it's like it would never. This is all a big compliment, because it's like everyone thinks I've somehow sabotaged all our All-Stars. I've been doing Love Island reviews, All-Star reviews on my Snapchat episodes, like for my followers to watch. And we had like a day where we like dedicated, after what Liv said, I said to everyone, on my Snapchat, send me the screenshots of what if you've got them, and we'll talk about it. You know, just me and my followers. That's all it is. That's all it was and all it is. Obviously, that got blown up into me making them, and I was sat with my girlfriend. My girlfriend were like, take it as a compliment, Mitch, because people think you can edit that well, to do stuff like what I've done. So, yeah, everyone just, thinks I've faked him or give him live or whatever. And it's not. Me and my followers, like, if you go on my Snapchat, you can see on my public profile, I've got episodes of every single episode I've been, like, reviewing this every single episode throughout. Yeah. So obviously a lot of ex-Love Islanders do it to create good content.
Anyway, guys, I'm sure you've had enough of all this. It has run and probably run its course. We're probably never going to find out now, and if we do, it'll be months away. So let me know your thoughts below. Do you feel there's any doubt around this, or are you in the nope, definitely Grace is completely innocent here, this was just a rather nasty ploy by Olivia to do this? Or do you think, you know what, I think there might be some doubt, I think it could have been her, and there's just a bit of a cover-up going on? Or do you think, like me, I don't know, either way could be true? Let me know your thoughts below. Hope you found this informative and an enjoyable watch on a rather sunny Saturday. Thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.